remember when I reached a point in my marriage, I am now divorced, where I was like, wow, my husband benefits so much from having me in his life. Like, literally, I handled the finances. Whenever we traveled, I did all the travel arrangements. I did all the planning. I did all of the grocery shopping. I didn't really do the cooking, but I did pretty much all of the cleaning. And I did any type of like social organization, or, you know, if one of the people in our family like had a birthday, like I would shop for it. If we were going to a holiday at, you know, his family's house, I would make sure that we were bringing something. Like, I did everything for this man.
She's claiming she did everything, and the things she lists are shopping, cleaning, etc. Nothing extremely crazy. The thing is, we're not hearing what the man was doing, but I'm sure he was working and providing. So, from the way she's making it sounds like she's a stay-at-home mom. I'm not 100% sure here, but it sounds like he goes out and works, she stays at home, does the cleaning, and plans all these events, birthdays, whatever, and does the shopping, okay? That doesn't sound like she has it too hard.
And there came a point in my marriage where I was like, wow, this man benefits so much from marriage, but what do I benefit from? And when I stepped back and I really looked at that, I was like, I am not benefiting very much from this.
What does she benefit? Women always want to benefit more than the man does. If she makes this scenario up in her mind that she is doing more for this relationship than you are, your relationship's already over. There's no way she's going to allow you to benefit more in this relationship than she does.
So I started to ask him for more, and that's when I realized how replaceable women are, because instead of him wanting to do the work and actually like work to help the marriage move forward and for us to both be equal partners, there was a lot of resistance where he was like I think I could feel, and this is my projection, that he was like, why don't I just go, you know, like find someone? Or I think because he was so religious, for him it wasn't, why don't I go find someone? It was like, wow, I should have picked someone who was just like less, asked less of me.
Okay, so the part where she says she married a religious man, that right there tells me out the gate that he's probably expecting traditional roles. So in a traditional role, it's kind of the woman's job to shop, to clean, to be a housewife, basically. That's probably what he was expecting when he got married to her. So for this change to come later, it's probably a huge shock to him. And of course he's probably like, no, like, this isn't how things are.
And eventually he did step up a bit and really helped with other things. But again, it was him helping me. It wasn't him doing it. It was always me being like, you know, here's what needs to be done. Can you please do it? And he'll be like, tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. And, you know, he would, to his credit, do it. But that was still the emotional labor that I had to do of telling him.
I'm sorry. Emotional labor? That's how a relationship works. You tell your partner what you want or what you need, you express your feelings and your needs to them, and you express what you want changed, what you want done. That's how a relationship works. So he made the effort to change, clearly, and he was trying to make her happy and keep his marriage alive if he was making an effort. But this whole idea that men are mind readers and that we can just know what you expect, I mean, it's absurd, because we don't know what's going through your mind. We can't just, you know, look at you and understand, okay, she wants me to do this, she wants me to do that. You have to be clear and you have to speak your mind, and that's how you have a healthy marriage. You have to speak what you want into existence.
And then I remember after we were getting divorced, and I was thinking like, wow, I'm so replaceable, because he didn't really care about me as a person, but the role that I filled was what the men cared about. And I watched couples around us get divorced, and I watched the man move on before before, like, one man, he moved on before his wife had even moved out of their home. And I was like,
okay, once again, if he moved on after you divorced him, it doesn't matter when he moves on. If it's a day later, a month later, like, he's moving on. You ended this. It's over. So it's healthy for him to move on. It's okay for him to move on. This whole idea that he should grieve you and just be distraught and his life should be over now that you're gone and he should beg for you back is crazy. If you wanted him to be with you, then you should have stayed with him. You shouldn't have left him. Don't be mad at him now simply because he's moved on. It doesn't matter when he moves on.
Because men don't really see women as human. They see us as, like, what are you benefiting us? And as soon as you stop benefiting us, well, we'll just go find someone who will offer us everything that we need and who won't complain. So it wasn't about seeing us for our humanity and, like, loving me and us as the people. It was like, yeah, women are a renewable resource because we're a man. We'll just go get another one.
Seriously? You just said that you were divorcing him because you weren't benefiting enough. And now you're saying that that's how men see women? Like, how can you benefit me? He was fine. You were the one that was unhappy because you were not benefiting. The only way a man can move on like that and have other women ready to go is if he is, a good provider and a great protector and, clearly not lacking as much as you say he is, or women wouldn't be lining up to date him. I mean, men have it really rough out here.
And I remember just feeling so heartbroken because I had loved this man since I was 21 years old. I was so in love with my husband. Like, I would have done anything. I did do anything for him.
Clearly you didn't do anything for him, or wouldn't have done anything for him, or you wouldn't have gotten divorced. So I don't even understand that statement. If you loved him so much that you would have done anything for him, then why are you getting divorced and complaining about it now? That makes no sense.
But for him to look at me and not feel that same way, that was such a hard lesson to learn, because I was, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, thinking about men, crazy. But it was just such a painful lesson to learn, because for me, it was my entire world. He was my entire world, and I loved him and I adored him, and I talked, about him to the people that I loved. And for him, it was just kind of like, you're filling this role that I needed in my life in order to, like, be, a whole human being and a man. And that's a really hard place to be.
Alright guys, that's today's video. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this.